Hello manga fans and welcome back to Manga Horse, the horse with a funny accent. Today we are going to talk about chapter 121, and because I already pre-ordered it as usual and also got the leaks on Twitter, also as usual, I said to myself, why not make a video about it? This chapter actually couldn't come at a better timing for me. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted about a video I am about to release that explains the Titan memories, and after I read this chapter I decided to explain the chapter and combine it with the video I originally wanted to make. So obviously, this video is about to contain major spoilers for anime watchers or manga readers that didn't get to read it yet. So please continue at your own risk. And also, very important, please consider supporting the creator of this amazing manga by buying it when it comes online or in paperback, like I do. So like I said, we will start by reviewing the chapter, and after that I will explain it and also offer my own opinion on what is really going on, and also what I think the memories truly are. Our chapter begins right from where we left off the last chapter. Zeke and Eren witnessing Eren when he was 9 years old. By now, Zeke understands that Eren was not brainwashed by their father, and he asks him, why then he continues to go and act like Grisha wanted him to act? Why does he refuse to end the fight? And what does he intend to do with the Founder's power? We see some moments from Eren's past, and we set upon the scene after young Eren protected Mikasa and killed the slave traders. We can also see that the weapon he made was also shown in the memories scene in the last chapter. Eren says, ever since I was born, I've been me, and explains that he once thought he and Zeke were the same, but that is not the case anymore. And with the dead slave traders in the background, he tells Zeke that if someone is going to steal his freedom, then he is going to steal theirs. This actually comes in line with Eren's actions on Liberio, when he massacred all those people in revenge. If Eren is still driven by revenge, there is a slight chance he is stepping towards being the next villain in our story, but that is still too soon to tell. Eren then looks at Zeke and tells him that the only man who can be found here is a pathetic man who is a slave to his dead father. Zeke asks Eren if he thinks it's ironic that Grisha is the one who ended up saving the world. Eren doesn't answer, because they are currently in the memory where Eren gave Mikasa a red scarf, after she lost her family. Zeke reminds Eren that he can still use the power to euthanize the Eldians whenever he wanted, but he is not going to abandon Eren, just like Tom Xavier never abandoned him. He tells Eren that before saving the world, he wants to save him. We then go to the day Grisha left Eren the message in the basement, and right after that, we go to the scene from the first episode when Mikasa told on Eren when he wanted to join the Survey Corps.
So, Eren's thinking about joining the Scouts.
Way to keep a secret, mouth!
That made Carla super mad, and she demanded Grisha to talk to his son. When Grisha asked Eren why he wanted to go outside the walls, he told him that he wanted to see the world outside, and also he hated the idea of not knowing what is out there. And if no one will progress, all the lives of the people who died will go to waste. Grisha then goes right past future Eren as he promised young Eren that he will show him the basement when he returns home. From there we see Grisha walking through all the commotion the day the wall broke, and we see him go to the race chapel. There he confronts Frida, telling her that he is an Eldian from behind the walls, a subject of Ymir, just like her. We see him trying to convince Frida to kill all the Titans and to save the Eldians inside the walls, telling her that his house is near the walls and his wife, son and daughter are in danger. But Frida, which is bound by the vow to renounce war, tells him that this is the day that they have to atone for their sins as Eldians, and no matter how much he will try to convince her, it is useless, and the only way now is to accept their fate and perish for their sins. She starts to explain Grisha that also stealing the founder will not help him, but he cuts her off and reveals that he knows that he cannot use the power of the founding titan. We then see that Zeke and Frida are shocked to hear that he knows that. From this point things are getting a little bit crazier. First, you clearly see Grisha noticing future Eren, and it looks like he's actually scared of him. After revealing his knowledge about the founding titan, Grisha finally reveals the attack titan true power. As we all know, each titan has its uniqueness. The female titan is very agile and close combat oriented. The colossal has its unique control over his transformation, plus the ability to produce enormous heat. The warhammer is very versatile and can manipulate the earth around him, and the armored, well, he has an armor, and so on and so on. Only the attack titan power was unknown to us, until now. Grisha reveals that the attack titan ability is to look into the memories of future inheritors, and by that it has the ability to see the future. And we will get to that once we will finish this review. Grisha also tells Frida that for some time the inheritor of the attack titan didn't obey anybody, and that is because it was waiting for this moment exactly, to fight the king of the world. Of course by now Zeke notices that something is not right, just as Grisha tells Frida that he is going to take her power right here and now. But for some reason it seems that he can't do it, especially because he doesn't want to kill the kids. Even though all the Wraith family was screaming to Frida to kill him. And just then, things started to get really complicated, as future Eren steps closer to Grisha and starts talking to him, telling him to remember why they are here, to avenge their fellow Eldians, to avenge Faye, Grisha's sister, Dina, Kruger. We have to avenge them all, even if we die, because this is the story Grisha started. And in that moment, Grisha fulfills his destiny and kills the Wraith family like he did. Going out of the chapel, we see Grisha holds the titan syringe that he was going to use on Eren later, and then he drops to the ground. He started to scream to Eren that he killed the Wraith family, and in the background we see a panel with Historia's hand. Grisha then shouts to the skies and asks if now Eldia will finally be saved. He talks to himself, asking why Eren won't show him everything and just pieces of memories. And then he starts to talk to Zeke and tells him that in the future his wish won't come true and Eren will get his wish. He tells Zeke that he saw Eren's memories, and obviously he saw there something really terrifying. And in that moment he notices future Zeke standing right in front of him. He tells him he is sorry and that he was a terrible father, and he hugs him. And to tell you the truth, Zeke's face almost made me cry when Grisha told him that he loves him. Just to point out something, Grisha is holding and hugging Zeke in a memory. That is kind of strange, don't you think? More on that really soon. We get to see a full panel of Eren holding Historia's hand, and then Zeke and Eren returns to the desert. Eren looks down at Zeke and he tells him that they didn't even get to the part where he eats his father. Zeke now understands that Eren showed Grisha something from his future, and that what made Grisha kill the Wraith family in the first place. Eren confirms it and thanks Zeke for bringing him into his father's memories. He tells Zeke that he saw his future through the memories of his father 4 years ago when he touched Historia. That means that he saw his personal wish being fulfilled. At that point, Zeke yells to Ymir to go on with a plan and to change all Eldians so they won't be able to have children. He tells Eren that he doesn't know what future he saw in Grisha's memories, but he says that Grisha asked him to stop Eren and that he regrets he ever followed him. Eren then gets loose from his shackles, losing both of his fingers in the process, and starts running towards Ymir, while in the background Zeke yells to him that he's useless, because no one was able to stop the founder once it started moving. And there is where our chapter ends. Before we will go on to the explanation of this chapter, and if you didn't already, please consider subscribing and liking and enabling notification to let YouTube know that you like my videos. Oh man, what a chapter! And I have to say that I love it more than the last one, and also it makes much more sense to me now, and I will explain. For some time now, I've been saying on Twitter and social media that I don't think that Titan memories are actually memories. At first, I based it on the fact that Attack on Titan has lied to us in crucial moments, making us believe one thing while other things are at play. Also, the memories at first were brought to us from the point of view of the owner of the memory, most time Grisha. And even the scene where Eren saw Frida brushing her hair was amazingly clever, because the scene was her in front of a mirror, making us believe that Eren is looking and seeing himself as Frida, or through Frida's eyes. But after recent events in the manga, we can clearly see that something is not right. For example, baby Eren noticing future Eren in a memory, or Grisha noticing Eren or Zeke, and of course, Grisha hugging Zeke. I once had a theory about it, but now it is certain. These are not memories. These are actual moments that happens right here and now. It is not past or future or present. It is only a matter of perspective. For us and future Zeke, this is the past, while for Grisha, this is his present, and the same goes for the future. I know, it is kind of crazy and very complicated, so as usual I did my research and brought you the best scientific explanation that are very similar to what we see in this chapter. You need to understand that time is a concept made by man. In all of our lives we have the feeling of moving forward, but according to scientists, our past is only pictures or memories that we store in our brain to make ourselves a timeline of things that were and things to come. But in reality, and according to modern physics, time is an illusion, and what we perceive as a straight line with a past, present and future is not actually real. For example, if you drop a glass to the floor, it will break, obviously. But according to science, there is actually no reason why the glass won't go the other way and reassemble itself. I know that it sounds crazy, but this is actually true. So, why am I explaining this? Because this is my opinion on what is going on in Attack on Titan. What is happening right now in the manga is called a causal loop, which is a paradox of time travel. It happens when a future event is the cause for something in the past, which in time will become the cause for the future event. Both of these events now exist in space-time, but the origin or the first action cannot be determined. Take for example a person that goes back in time and kills his own father, making his parents to never meet. That is a paradox, because if they never met and never had this child, then who killed the father? It is the chicken and the egg situation. And that's exactly what is happening here. Eren affected his father, and because of that, in his future, he will inherit the Attack Titan. According to physics, you cannot change the past that way, no matter what you'll do. Whatever you do has been already done or predetermined. That is why Eren actually didn't change anything, because from his perspective, it has already happened. Yes, I know, this is a lot to take in. But if you want to understand more, try to stop thinking of time as a straight line and instead think of it as a giant circle. Now you don't know what is the beginning and what is the end, and that is exactly the situation we are in right now. So what actually happened in this chapter? We learned that the Attack Titan has the ability to look forward and not only backwards, and I'm using these terms instead of past and future. The other Titans are only able to look backwards. That is why the Attack Titan's power until now was that he is always moving forward, seeking freedom. 4 years ago, Eren got a glimpse of his future and possibly showed it to his father through their memories. Eren saw something that is about to happen. Something that scared Grisha a lot. Eren knew that the only way to get access to this moment is with Zeke's help. That means that while Titans can sometimes see these events, the Founding Titan is the key of actually accessing it or interacting with it that moment, or to control to which moment you want to access. That is also the source of its name, the coordinates, which are points to refer us to a certain location, or in this case, a certain moment. So yes, in the end, Eren did use Zeke, and he knew exactly what is going to happen. He is, always was, and forever will be the reason his father acted the way he did, and we should wait and see who else he affected that way. Another thing to think about. The Attack Titan is one of the more mysterious titans, not only because it has this unique ability, but also, if you recall, the Attack Titan was stolen from Marley by Eren Kruger. So Marley knew it was lost, but didn't know who owns it now. That makes the past of the Attack Titan to be more mysterious, and I just can't wait to see what the next chapter will add into the mix. And that is the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and to drop a like. It really means so much to me, and it really helps my little channel to get noticed. And that is all for today, my Titan-loving friends. And until the next video, please remember to dedicate your hearts to humanity, inside and outside the walls.